At Manhattan University, a graduate degree is not out of reach. You'll gain real-world skills, credentials employers value, and connections to New York City's top companies. Choose from their new Master of Science degrees in Healthcare Informatics, Digital Marketing and Analytics, Business Analytics, or Financial Analytics, all built around hands-on learning and industry partnerships. Graduate ready to lead, not just work. Take the next step at manhattan.edu/graduate. Manhattan University. Lead the future.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
No, he did not. Wait until you hear who the mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani, had dinner with on Sunday, the day after all of this happened with the pipe bombs. No, he did not. We'll get to that in just a moment. I want to begin by telling you folks that I had a lovely time tonight at the Plaza Hotel here in New York City, the Broadcasters Foundation. They do outstanding work. If you look at all my social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever, you'll see a photo with the owner of the Red Apple Audio Networks, Margot Catsimatidis, and legendary journalist Deborah Norville and myself. And the Broadcasting Foundation is very, very important. So what they do, God forbid, let's say, so like I talk for a living on the radio. Let's say, God forbid, I had a stroke tomorrow and could no longer broadcast. The Broadcasting Foundation, they provide families of journalists financial aid when one has died, when a reporter has died, or something like a stroke or a mishaps like that. They do outstanding work, and so Stephen A. Smith was honored at the event, plus Judge Judy. It was outstanding, and I had a great time. So before I get to Mamdani, no, he didn't. It is unbelievable what this guy did Sunday. I'm going to present to you 3 things he's done just recently. No, he didn't. But I also want to tell you folks that, I wonder how far. And this is one of the questions I'm going to ask Matt Blaze at the bottom of the hour. How far will men go for a woman they are attracted to? The president of Ohio State has put his $1.5 million job, the mansion that comes with being the president of Ohio State, his 45-year marriage, all of it on the line over what he's calling an inappropriate relationship with a female podcaster. So you may recall Mark Sanford, I believe, the governor of South Carolina. He threw it all away over a woman. And let's not just be sexist. You know, what men do, would women do it? But I don't think women are as reckless as we men are. So that's a question that, I want you folks to call in and answer as well as we get this hour, as we get to our very serious topics. 800-848, what a man won't do for a woman. 800-848-9222. The pipe bomb devices thrown near Gracie Mansion, New York City, where the mayor lives. The 2 men at this hour are facing federal charges. Mamdani initially criticized in a statement the alleged white supremacists that organized the main protests. But Mamdani did not condemn initially the pipe bomb throwers. Huh? Yes, I kid you not. And this is a situation that could have been 1,000,000 times worse for the city of New York. This from the Fox News Channel.
We've learned from high-level sources that one of the devices contained a powerful explosive known as TATP. Fox News contributor Paul Morrow says this is an explosive that has been used in other high-profile, deadly terrorist attacks across the globe.
New York City got extremely lucky yesterday. TATP is enormously volatile. It is not very stable. It's extremely powerful. And it is the footprint, and if you go by past events, of serious bombing attacks. The London 7/7 attacks, Richard Reed's attempt on a plane.
Emir Balat and Ibrahim Qayyumi are now reportedly in federal custody being interviewed by the FBI in connection to the devices. Our Bill Malusian has learned that Balat's parents are naturalized U.S. citizens from Turkey and Qayyumi's parents are naturalized citizens from Afghanistan. One of the suspects was captured saying this as he was taken into custody.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Yes,
So that's strike one, if you will. 800-848-9222. Mamdani initially condemns one group of protesters as white supremacists, but not the alleged bomb throwers near Gracie Mansion. So that's strike one. The next thing, Mamdani does not criticize the social media likes of his now wife, the First Lady of New York City, where she likes a bunch of Instagram posts that are anti-Israel. Now, this report is from Melissa Russo of Channel 4. Full disclosure, Melissa and I worked together sitting side by side for about 10 years. In television, and she's doing very well. I'm very proud of her success. But I want you to listen halfway through her report. The way the question is framed to Mamdani about his wife. Listen carefully. It's done in a total sympathy way to make the mayor look as good as possible, indicating that it's nobody's business of what his wife post. And of course, that's ridiculous. She's the First Lady of the city. This is halfway in the report. Listen carefully. The reporter that asked the question, I won't name who he is. I've known him a very long time. He's a good person. But I didn't know his politics was this far left. And he is a television reporter for one of the major stations here in New York City. This is from Channel 4.
My wife is the love of my life.
The report published today in the Jewish Insider details how the city's First Lady, Rama Douaji, back on October 7th, 2023, the day of the Hamas terror attack and hostage-taking in Israel, liked a post on Instagram which characterized the day's events as breaking the walls of apartheid and described Gaza's population as isolated and segregated, intentionally kept in poverty. The post Ms. Douaji liked that day, almost a year and a half before she married then-Assemblyman Mamdani, described Hamas's actions as resistance against Israel, saying in a caption, "If and when the occupation forces retaliate against this resistance, this is the population who will be punished." Roughly 35,000 other accounts also hit the like button on that same post. Ms. Douaji that day and the day after also liked posts that included the phrase "from the river to the sea," a slogan widely used in pro-Palestinian activism that critics, including many Jewish organizations, say calls for the elimination of Israel. During an unrelated news conference in the Bronx today, the question posed to Mayor Mamdani was not about the First Lady's pro-Palestinian views, which she regularly expresses in her artwork and posts on her Instagram account.
Is it anybody's business, and is it fair to question you about it?
You know, my wife is the love of my life, and she's also a private person who has held no formal position on my campaign or in my city hall. I, however, was elected to represent all 8.5 million people in this city, and I believe that it's my responsibility, because of that role, to answer any questions about my thoughts and my policies and my decisions.
Mayor Mamdani has made no secret of his criticism of Israel. His views have caused suspicion in the Jewish community.
So we have a mayor that doesn't like Israel. Plain and simple. And that reporter from Channel 7, again, I'm not going to say his name. I've known him maybe 15, 20 years. But he should be reprimanded by management for the way he framed that question. It sounded almost like a campaign staffer of the mayor framed that question and asked that question. It was not an objective question. It was setting Mamdani up in the best possible light. Is it anybody's business? It's not for you, Mr. Reporter, to determine what's anybody. That's up to the public, anybody's business. So now let's get to the most offensive thing that he just did just recently. You thought I was done, the mayor of New York City. No, I'm not done. I'm not done. Mamdani, the day after the pipe bomb situation in New York City, hosted at the People's Mansion, where he lives, Gracie Mansion, anti-Israel activist Mahmoud Khalil and his family for Ramadan. So the mayor hosted this controversial anti-Israel activist, his wife and their young son, for dinner at Gracie Mansion for the holy month of Ramadan. And then knowing it would get out, he put it out himself on Instagram. The mayor stating, last night, as we marked the 1-year anniversary of his detention, I'll get to that, Rama and I were honored to welcome Mahmoud, Noor, and their son, Dean, I believe, to Gracie Mansion to break our fast together. The mayor included a photo of this quote-unquote celebration. Now, the name Mahmoud Khalil may sound familiar to you. He's the guy the Trump administration locked up for violating. ICE picked him up at Columbia University. He was leading so many anti-Israel protests on campus. They sent him out to a detention center in Louisiana. Ultimately, federal judges released him after several months. The Trump administration is still trying to deport this guy from America, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. And what does Mamdani do? He invites him to the People's Mansion, Gracie Mansion. So we're going to be taking your telephone calls on this, 800-848-9222. But I started with the issue of the president of Ohio State, $1.5 million job on the line, 45-year marriage, and he's acknowledging an inappropriate relationship with a podcaster. Let's go to Martin, line 1, upstate New York. What's on your mind, Martin?
Hello there, Dominic. I didn't hear about this Ohio State guy. I heard you say, though, that I heard you wanted to know what a man will do to get to a woman if he's a real man. What he will do.
Well, I didn't go into what defines a real man. What I'm trying to say is the crazy things that men will do to get a woman. I've got to toss to a break soon. What's your opinion on this, Martin?
Well, my opinion is if he's a real man, he will fight a wild tiger. He will crawl across broken glass to get to that woman if he really wants that woman, if he's a real man.
But would you blow your $1.5 million job for a woman?
$1.5 million?
$1.5 million. Would you blow your job for a woman? Yes. Would you do it?
That's a lot of money. I don't know about that, but I thought, maybe I misunderstood you.
Fair enough, Martin. So Matt Blaze, don't smile. I'm coming to you soon on this. What men will do for a woman that they want. But let's flip it around. Will a woman do the same thing? So, Matt Blaze, I know I'm late for a break, but help me out. Will a woman do the same thing? Will she blow everything for a man?
Oh, it has happened before. Sure.
You get $1.5 million.
You get love in your eyes.
You're going to blow $1.5 million job plus a mansion paid for by the university. You're going to blow it all for a side relationship. No, I shouldn't have said side, but for an inappropriate relationship.
2 words, Dominic, or one name. Fannie Willis.
That's a good point. The district attorney of Atlanta. This goes out to Fannie and Nathan Wade, her boo. It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. At Manhattan University, a graduate degree is not out of reach. You'll gain real-world skills, credentials employers value, and connections to New York City's top companies. Choose from their new Master of Science degrees in healthcare informatics, digital marketing and analytics, business analytics, or financial analytics, all built around hands-on learning and industry partnerships. Graduate ready to lead, not just work. Take the next step at manhattan.edu/graduate. Manhattan University. Lead the future.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
They say, what's the saying, when a person shows you who they are, believe them? Well, the mayor of New York City is proving that 1,000 times over as he hosted anti-Israel activist Mahmoud Khalil and his family at Gracie Mansion for Ramadan. Now, this guy had been locked up by the Trump administration for months to be deported. And the mayor, not only did he have him over for dinner, he had this guy at his inauguration in VIP seats. So the mayor is telling us who he is. The question is, do we believe him? On the incident of the pipe bombs and so on near his residence, Gracie Mansion, and they were never thrown at him. They were thrown at the protesters. This is what the former governor of New York State and former candidate for mayor, Andrew Cuomo, had to say.
Had the bomb gone off, and these bombs are very effective, and they've been used in many terrorist attacks, literally would have done horrific damage. And the police, ironically, were closest to the bomb, not Jake Lang. The mayor puts out a statement condemning Jake Lang. I agree. And in the second part of the statement, condemns the terrorists. There is no moral equivalency. Jake Lang, bigot, hateful, of course. Yes, I agree. Terrorists who bring a bomb to kill people, they are not equivalent. And this city has no tolerance for terrorism or attempted terrorists. And that statement has to be made loud and clear.
So there you have it, the former governor giving his take on the situation. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. Line 1, Robert, New Jersey. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. I live in New Jersey right now. A friend of mine wants me to move to Westchester. Does Westchester have the same kind of violence as New York City, or is it a safe place to move to?
Westchester is considered relatively safe to move to, but it depends on what you're asking me. When you say the violence, are you talking about this political violence that we're seeing now? Are you talking about crime overall? It depends on what you're talking about.
Well, whatever is going on, I just don't want to be a victim of any kind of violence.
Well, right, none of us do, and you raise a good point there, Robert. Thank you for the call. What's happening now in New York City, folks, and this is the reason why we're focusing on this so much, it could happen anywhere in the country at any time. Any protest, doesn't have to be a protest, can be on the transportation system. It can be anywhere. And that's why these two, the 18-year-old, the 19-year-old, they are in federal custody facing federal charges. They are going to jail for a very long time. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And we are back. 800-848-9222. The police commissioner of New York City, Jessica Tisch, on the two men that have been federally charged, 18 and 19, with these pipe bomb devices.
I can confirm this morning that this is being investigated as an act of ISIS-inspired terrorism. I can also provide some additional information building on my remarks from Saturday evening. At that time, we were beginning to conduct preliminary analysis of two devices that were ignited and deployed earlier that day, one in a crosswalk on East End Avenue and East 87th Street, and the other on the west side of East End Avenue between East 86th and East 87th Streets. That testing was performed by the NYPD's bomb squad and FBI special agent bomb technicians in consultation with an FBI chemist. Preliminary test results determined that these were not hoax devices nor smoke bombs. They were improvised explosive devices that could have caused serious injury or death. Part of our initial investigation was to determine what energetic substance, if any, was used in the two devices, and our analysis showed that one of the devices deployed by the subjects contained the substance triacetone triperoxide, known as TATP. Now, TATP is a dangerous and highly volatile homemade explosive that has been used in IED attacks around the world. Our bomb squad then rendered safe both devices.
And so that's the police commissioner. And a bit later, we'll let you hear what she had to say about the actual statements that the suspects made while they were in custody. It's pretty scary. It really is pretty scary. So with me now, Matt Blaze. So one, Matt, before I get to the $1 million question, your take on this incident, this pipe bomb situation, if you will?
It's horrific. It's horrific to think about things like this happening in New York City and the way people just think this is normal type of behavior. This is not normal behavior. This is not any kind of way anybody should be acting. And they're young adults, but they're adults. They know the difference between right and wrong. I don't understand what the goal is. Is this just to be infamous? Do you even understand the consequence? You would think
to your point, I don't think they do. I don't think they understand that they're going to jail for the next 20 to 25 years. They're not going to see freedom for quite some time. They're not going to be given bail. They're going to federal jail. It's and maybe you're right. They ISIS and influenced us, but you want to be famous. You're young, you're dumb, you're stupid. Now you're facing 5 federal counts and you're going to jail.
How could you even claim that, like, you don't know any better to say, well, this is how we were influenced and and now all of a sudden they're like, oh, the lawyers come out and goes, well, he never got in trouble before. What are you talking about? Look at this. This is a bomb that could have done mass casualties, maximum amount of damage. And you want to claim, well, he never got in trouble before. Maybe that's true. But this is not just like he took a candy bar from the bodega and ran away. Right. This is people would have lost their lives.
Yes, and it's one of the reasons why people hate lawyers, to be frank with you. So let me ask you this before we go back to the telephone calls here. The president of Ohio State is admitting an inappropriate relationship. Apparently, this woman was trying to shake him down for money that he was allegedly in an affair with. He's married, and so now his 45-year marriage is in question, his $1.5 million job. Are we as men that stupid, and do women do the same thing? Because I don't think so, but you brought up a good point a few minutes ago when you said, Fonnie Willis, the district attorney of Fulton County in Georgia.
Dominic, when you got love in your eyes, a man will move heaven and earth to get to his woman.
But wait a minute. But how could you say his woman? He was already married.
It doesn't matter, Dominic. It's still his woman. He wants many women. They're all his women. He thinks that every woman is for him.
But Blaze, would you risk your $1.5 million job on a woman?
Well, it depends. How much money do I already have in the bank? If I got $10 million in the bank and I'm losing 1.5, listen, maybe she's worth it. I don't know. But me personally, probably not.
But I mean, sometimes things happen and you don't think it's going to go bad and then it goes bad, you know?
That's true. But I've been in enough situations and I've always made this right decision of being aware of what's going on. And I've always, let's say, especially as a DJ, not to take the bait.
It's tough as a DJ. I used to DJ for a while, and you get women with drinks, and as the night goes on and they see the DJ is sexy, I don't know why, but they do.
Yep.
And it's on and popping.
I'll tell you one story. I'll tell you one quick story. One quick story. I was DJing at a bowling alley, and this woman called me over, and she was trying to give me her number. Her husband was behind her. And he came up and was like, to his wife, like, what are you doing? And she was just like, nothing, I'm just asking for a request. And as she's saying that, she's turning around and like giving me that wink, like,
right.
And I was like, oh, I am not, I was like, I gotta go. Song's about to end. I gotta go.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. So the president at Ohio State went to the board and stepped down. Good for him. He was not going to be blackmailed financially.
Yeah, he was not going to
never stopped
and get dragged through the mud. I mean, it's already he's getting dragged, but it wouldn't be as
he's getting dragged
bad.
Because the media is going to get into every detail of this alleged affair. Matt Blaze, thank you very much. Let's go here to Bob in Manhattan, line 3. Every time I bring up Cuomo, Bob calls up to hate on Cuomo. Go right ahead, Bob.
Like clockwork. Tell me, why are you insulting the seniors and giving this guy who killed 15,000 seniors a platform? Is he paying you? Is Johnny Katz paying you? I don't get it. Otherwise, you have terrific shows, and you got to bring this clown on. He's a 3-time loser. He ain't going to help anybody. He's going to be too old
wait.
to run for mayor.
You said he's a 3-time.
Dude,
You said wait. Are you just going to keep talking? You said he's a 3-time loser. 3 times what?
Right.
3 times loser at what?
He got thrown out of office, and he lost twice in the last 2 elections. And you backed him, too, so that's not great.
Wait. Okay, wait a minute. Wait. He lost the Democratic primary, and then he would have won the general election, but there were extenuating circumstances. So
let's find
it's a
better
big difference.
Candidates.
But Bob, why are you so obsessed with Cuomo?
Because, I had relatives, unfortunately, who were involved in his slaughter. And it's not brought up; it's covered up on your station. I'm surprised you
let's not do that because you're gonna make me cut you off. Let's not do that. I'm not here as a spokesman for the station. The man was he criminally charged by any law enforcement agency? Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question.
Still in process.
Answer the question. Answer the question. Was he criminally charged?
It's not finalized.
Can you answer? It is finalized. Can you answer the question?
I know that families are suing him now.
Okay, listen.
So
no. We were talking criminally right now. Has Cuomo been criminally charged? It's reprehensible what happened with the nursing home situation during COVID.
Not to mention
was he criminally charged? Wait.
15
Bob,
women, too.
Because, Bob, if you continue along this path, I'm not going to take your calls hating on Cuomo every single time. Was he criminally charged by a single agency?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so then shouldn't that tell you something?
No, I know that he changed the paperwork. That's how sick
Okay,
this
all right,
guy is.
I'm
He
done.
changed the
I'm done. Thank you for the call, Bob. A conspiracy this, a conspiracy that, a conspiracy this, a conspiracy that. John in Colorado, line 2. What's on your mind, John?
Hey, Dominic, how's it going?
Good. Go right ahead, please.
I'm just wondering what it's going to take to stop all this hate and racism and just the negativity that's going on. I mean, it's getting old, and it just doesn't seem to stop. And New York shouldn't be doing this. That used to be a really nice place out there.
Okay, now wait a minute, John. Wait a minute. These two kids, if you will, came from Pennsylvania. So what do you mean New York? They came here to do this.
Well, what's going in New York? What's going on there that would make them come over there to do that?
What's going on in New York
I'm talking about the whole world too.
What's going on in New York is everybody knows it's the media capital of the world. So anything you do in New York, it has the potential to be worldwide in a matter of minutes. Good people know that, and very bad people know that. Say that again.
That happens here in Boulder, Colorado. Anything goes on here, it's on the national news all over the place.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to say. Your point doesn't really carry much weight. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. You can't stop bad people from doing bad things. You can't say, let's all get along. These are evil people.
I was in the
so
Rodney
what's the
King
answer for
riot
that?
I was in the Rodney King riot in Los Angeles, and I lived there. And it was pretty bad. I mean, the whole city was on fire and rioting and going nuts. And but it finally stopped. Everybody decided, hey, like you said, yeah, we need to get along together. And it, went on for 4 days, and then after that, it just seemed to fade out. But this stuff just keeps going on, and it's just getting worse. And I don't know what's going to happen. What do you think? I mean, what do you suggest?
I'm fearful that something very bad is going to happen. John, thank you for the call. I'm fearful that something very bad is going to happen. I want you to listen to the police commissioner again as she described some of the things that these two suspects said while they were in custody.
Kayumi said in recorded post-arrest statements that he had watched ISIS propaganda on his phone and that his actions that day were partly inspired by ISIS. The complaint also details statements made by Amir Balat after his arrest. En route to the NYPD precinct, Balat made spontaneous statements without being questioned by NYPD officers that were captured on body-worn camera footage. He said, "This isn't a religion that just stands when people talk about the blessed name of the prophet. We take action, as well as, if I didn't do it, someone else will come and do it." And later, after waiving his rights, he requested paper and wrote a message declaring in part, "I pledge my allegiance to the Islamic State. Die in your rage, you kuffar." Now, die in your rage is a commonly known ISIS slogan, and kuffar is an Arabic term that refers to non-believers.
The police commissioner talking about what these two said while in custody. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Vincent in Brooklyn, line 2. Vincent, good morning. What's on your mind?
Good morning, Dominic, and I heard the show. These two kids that came from Pennsylvania, they're dumb and dumber. They're going to spend 20 to 25 years in the federal joint. I mean, first off, throwing a bomb, whether it's homemade or whatever, at authorities is a federal crime. And first off, this is criminology 101. They cross state lines in the commission of a crime.
And they're charged with that on the federal level.
Exactly. I mean,
they're going down.
Like,
mommy, daddy, no lawyer, nobody can fix this. They're going to federal prison, period.
They're going away, as my buddy used to say. They're going away.
Right. Vincent, thank you. Hey, Vincent, before quickly, are you afraid here in the city of New York that something may happen next?
Yeah, I am. Wow. I am afraid, and I always tell my girlfriend, watch where she's going. I watch where I go. This is even worse than the 70s now in New York City. I'm lived in New York City 75 years, and this is crazy, man. This is crazy stuff. These two people that got pushed onto the subway platform last night and everything, and an 83-year-old man and a young man. This is whack. And also Mandami breaking bread, breaking the Ramadan fast with that guy Khalid, that
Right.
terrorist dude.
Right.
That came in the country, that Palestinian agitator. This is crazy, and we're bringing this upon ourselves.
I got to take a break, Vincent. You made some excellent points there. Thank you for the telephone call. We are coming right back.
The Dominic Carter Show
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
now. From New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
And back to the phones we go. Line 3, Caroline in New Jersey. Good morning, Caroline.
Hi, good morning, Dominic. I'm from Newark. I live in Irvington. My dad came here as an immigrant from Ellis Island. Mandami, he triggered this a little bit. If you recall, in a way, when he told the kids they have to go back to school on the third day. School's open, and if you want, you could hit me, pertaining with a snowball, right?
But Caroline, I don't understand how those incidents could trigger what happened.
Well, here, after that, his little comments. After that, then you have adults in the park throwing the dangerous snowballs, attacking the police officers. I am for cops and corrections. Okay? So I'm just saying, different little things. He doesn't care. And then, then we have this incident over the weekend. The protesters, they were protesting the Muslims because he's a Muslim. Okay, I'm a little nervous. I've been holding on since Rita.
Don't worry about being nervous.
Yeah.
It's just you and I talking.
Good. You're cute. So anyway, I only have landline phone, cable TV, and the radio.
Wait a minute, Caroline. You're a plant trying to set me up. Yeah, Caroline, you're trying. I started this conversation. Did Matt Blaze put? I'm only joking. Did Matt Blaze put you up to this, Caroline? I started out talking about what a man will do for a woman. What a man will do for a woman. You're a plant.
I don't know. I was on hold and I said men cheat,
Caroline,
and then
I'm only joking with you, Caroline. I'm only joking.
No, I know. I said to him, I'm talking on the phone listening, and I don't know if you could hear me. I said men cheat, and then the phone got disconnected, so I called back.
Caroline.
Yes,
men
sir.
Men cheat?
Oh, I got cheated on after 6 years. I'm still heartbroken, and the guy's been dead for 27 years. Yeah, how come men, they don't stick with, like when, the old timers, you hear them 50, 60 years old. But anyway, forget about love. My anniversary will be coming up when I met the guy.
Hey, Caroline, all of a sudden my mic doesn't work. Mike Blaze is going to have to answer this question here.
No, listen. No. But anyway,
yes.
So coincidentally...
Wait, Caroline. Would a woman blow her $1.5 million job like the president of Ohio State just did? Would a woman do that over a sexual relationship?
No. But you would do it if someone you really love is sick and you had to quit your job and stay home and take care of them. Love.
Well, love. Caroline, thank you for the great call.
I'm a romantic. It's pitiful.
Oh, thank you for the call. Wait, Caroline, I got to move on to the next call because we're almost done. But thank you. Please give me a call tomorrow night. Mike in New Jersey doesn't like Cuomo, but Mike on line 4. Mike, we can't have it both ways. So Cuomo or Mamdani, which one would you choose?
None of them. And
No. See, no. You can't do that. That's why we're stuck in this jam right now. If it comes down to Cuomo or Mamdani, which one do you choose?
I'm not choosing any of them, man. But let me tell you.
Right. So then I don't want to hear your criticism. Thank you for the call. No. Don't waste my time. Because you cannot have it both ways. You can't say, oh, I hate Cuomo, I hate Mamdani. That's how we're stuck in this situation right now, where we have a mayor that tells you every day, essentially, that he does not like Israel or the Jewish community. You cannot have it both ways. And I tried to warn you folks of this during the campaign. And now look at us. We're stuck with this guy for the next 3.5 years. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here? Listen to this podcast now
On the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.